Oh fuck, I don't know what I want to make the intro.
Welcome to Let's Talk Thousand Year Door.
That's the intro. All right, hey everybody, Pancake Arm Man here. Welcome to a video where me and Later Gear to you are gonna talk about Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door HD. That's way better. I already said your name. You can introduce yourself, even though you've been on the channel like 5 times now, if you want.
5 times I've not received a share of revenue.
I'll make revenue.
Right, dang. We got screwed over. I'm Lady Garrett. Welcome to Let's Talk.
Originally we were gonna make this video on our hype for Passenger Door HD, but the game kind of came out, and I'm proud of it.
we had a few.
But
We had a few months to record this. We did nothing.
yeah, we did nothing but talk about sock puppets. True story.
But
But we're here now. We're just gonna talk about our first impressions of the game and all that sort of stuff. This is my first time actually playing Passenger Door. I don't know if it's Gator's first time though.
it's not. I just never finished the original one. But we'll get into that story when we get more to the topic and stuff.
Yeah. As somebody who's never played the Thousand Year Door, like ever, I've been having a really fun time with this one. I love the original Paper Mario and Super Paper Mario, and I'm one of the very few people that like Sticker Star. So Paper Mario is just a series that I'd really like. Thousand Year Door is one of those games that I've always wanted to try out. That, in my opinion, I've always thought was overrated, honestly. But I don't know if I'm gonna change. I don't know if that opinion will change or not. By the time I finish the game's great. So far from what I played, I've got almost done with chapter 3 at the time of this recording. Game's great from what I played so far. But yeah, the only issue with playing Thousand Year Door nowadays, until this remake came out, was the fact that Thousand Year Door on Amazon, if you want to buy it, you're gonna have to like get a down payment on your house. It's expensive, and I don't know why. It's just a GameCube game, people.
Yeah, it's funny because like every single time they announced a new Paper Mario game that was just another sticker star, Thousand Year Doors skyrocketed in price.
Why?
I'm looking at it right now. Like I'm looking up to see how much it costs nowadays. But last time I checked before, it reached like $200, $300 and things like that. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, right now on Amazon, it's actually the lowest it's been is $99 right now. I remember when the lowest it was like $120.
Yeah.
Honestly, the retro game market is a bunch of BS of how people think the price games, because that's a whole nother can of worms that we're not going to get into. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, but going into my history with Thousand Year Door, so my first Mario RPG was Super Paper Mario. That still was my favorite of all of them. And then I played the original on Wii Virtual Console. I never finished it as a kid. I didn't finish it until the Switch Online version happened. I wanted to play Thousand Year Door. I watched a little bit of like Drake Armor's Let's Play at the time, but like, I never seen the full story of that game. And it wasn't until like college where I tracked down a copy. I really lucked out because this was right before Color Splash was announced. I got my copy at a used game store for like $60, and then after Color Splash,
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, like that store was a gold mine for retro games. It makes me so sad. I looked it up the other day. That store is closed now. I'm so sad about that.
Wow. That's sad. Did they close down because nobody was coming, or?
My mom teased me saying that because I moved and wasn't going there anymore, they closed it. I was like, Mom, that's not making me feel better. I was so looking forward to going back there when I went to. That's not the point. The point right now is I got the game there, and afterwards the price has skyrocketed after Color Splash was announced, and it skyrocketed again with Origami King. I didn't play very far into it. The most I played was after I moved for the Disney College program. Like I'd set up the GameCube in the GCP housing TV areas and just played there. The most I got to was the wrestling chapter, and that's where I kind of stopped because I did not like that place at all. But playing through it again on Switch.
Oh boy.
Yeah. We have opinions on that place.
Yeah, we do. But let's not get to it right now. Let's talk about just like you mentioned watching Chuck Conroy's Let's Play of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, and I watched that Let's Play too, but I always tuned out like after Chapter 4 because it's a long ass Let's Play.
Yeah.
It's like it was made back in the day when you had a limit on how long your videos could be. So of course that's why it was really long. But I always tune out just because of how long it is. So I don't really know much of the story, and I always forget what happens. So like this is like the whole experience is brand new to me, just because I can't really remember what happens. I can remember some of the dialogue though, and they did a lot of dialogue changes in the HD version of this game, from what I can tell.
Yeah,
and I think that's pretty welcome to make it closer to the Japanese version. I think that's a welcome change.
There's a particular character we'll talk about in a moment that I'm really happy that they changed back to the Japanese version. There is like one funny joke. I haven't gone to this far yet in the Switch version, but one of my favorite lines is when like Mario's talking to this one person, like that cute little not Pikmin thing. he says something along the lines of, "No, get lost, loser."
Oh, is that the one where he asks if they're bullies, and one of the dialogue options is "Guess again, loser"? I love that. That was when I got there. That was like I couldn't stop laughing that was a dialogue option.
It is so good seeing just how far they were able to get away with things in this game. I remember coming into that one build. I don't know if she's still there, but in the Switch version. But there's one place in Workport where you had like a girl boo, and she has a bunny costume.
Oh, so you want to know she's still in the game, but it's like so that character. What was her name again?
I don't know.
We'll just call her the Bunny Boo. Oh god,
Boo.
that sounds. Let's not call her.
Probably for the best.
Okay, we'll call her the Bunny Boo. So in the U.S. version of the game, of the original game, she had cat ears. Because the bunny ears were a clear reference to the Playboy bunny.
Her name is Pika. Oh, it's cute.
Okay, Pika. There we go, Pika. Okay. In the Thousand Year Door HD, they decided to keep the cat ears.
Honestly, the cat ears are cuter.
Yeah, but I'm more in the bunnies. Don't judge. Don't sit there and judge.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying. When we get to let's talk waifus part 2.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be surprised by some of the new waifus that I have. Okay, so that's funny. Speaking of boos, right? Lady Bow from the original Paper Mario has become popular because everybody just suddenly has a crush on her now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say this. I had a crush on her before it was cool. On my original channel, when I was doing my Let's Play of the original Paper Mario, before I stopped doing that, I had an idea that when I get the chapter free, I was gonna make a running gag where Lady Bow was gonna be like the sexiest boo in all of gaming. And I'm kind of sad that if I ever decide to do that, people will just think I'm copying the Twitter trend, and it's just like, no, that was my opinion before. It was cool.
you you found Dead Boo's hot before it was cool.
Yeah. Even though she came from like the most boring chapter in the game, but we're not gonna get on that.
I disagree. I think that part's pretty awesome, but you do you.
Well, we're not gonna talk about chapter freeze in Paper Mario games. Yeah, we don't really have a script for this video. We're just kind of talking about random stuff. Um, you know, so thank you for sharing that. I'll put that on screen right now, by the way, because it actually looks really, really cool. I like it.
Yeah. I'll try to find the artist if I can.
Oh yeah. We're just kind of just talking about random stuff right now. So yeah.
So I guess one.
What were some of the Oh yeah. Go on.
So I guess we can go back to talk about that one character we briefly mentioned. So, have you gotten to the point with Vivian yet?
I got to the part in chapter 2 where she's first introduced into the game, and you can feel so bad for Vivian because her older sister treats her like crap.
I just feel so bad for her, and like she's definitely one of my favorite characters ever. Okay, confessing.
Yeah.
Confessing, when I was little, I thought she was really cute. She's still adorable.
Confession. Confession, I think she is cute. Don't care. Don't care. She's cute. Don't care.
But yeah, like I'm really glad that they changed Vivian back to what you. So for those of you who don't know, in the original Japanese version, Vivian was trans, but that was censored in the North American release. And I'm really glad that they changed.
It was censored in a lot of versions of the game, honestly. But the North American one is the one that people like to point out the most because it had like the worst censorship of it.
Yeah, like I remember getting annoyed when Tokyo Mirage Assassins would be brought up when censorship was discussed because, like, my mindset at the time was, why is everybody freaking out about Tokyo Mirage Assassins censoring, like, costumes that don't make a difference when Thousand Year Door is one of the most beloved RPGs of all time, but they censored a trans character. Like,
you gotta think that maybe people just don't know. You know?
It's kind of funny because now both games are on Switch. They changed Thousand Year Door back to the Japanese version, and for Tokyo Mirage Assassins, the original Japanese version was relocalized to the American censorship.
And that made a lot of Japanese people very happy.
Tokyo Mirage Assassins.
We're not going to talk about that, though.
I love Tokyo Mirage Assassins. Okay, I'm done.
But yeah, Vivian, I haven't gotten to the part of the game where she actually joins you. Yeah, like I said, I'm at like the tail end of chapter 3. Chapter 3. But
Chapter 3.
But when she's first introduced, you just feel so bad for her because she finds this necklace and she's like fawning over it, and then what was her name, Belden, like takes it away from her, and just like goes into her about forgetting the sketch of Mario that they got, and it's just like you feel so bad for Vivian because Vivian's just trying her best, you know?
Yeah, her sisters are mean. They're beanie poopy faces.
I remember watching Chuck Conroy's Let's Play that game, and he said that fight was hard, but it was actually pretty easy. I died on purpose to it just to retry it to see if I got my health back because I was kind of low on health. But it was a pretty easy fight.
Yeah. Like,
all things considered.
Thousand Year Door isn't really all that difficult of a game. I was very bad at it and the first game when I was younger because I just didn't take advantage of badges as much as I should have.
I really think that in terms of like how this game upped the difficulty from the original Paper Mario, this game definitely puts more focus on the badges and the flower points, whereas the original had them, but they weren't really the main thing that you would go after for a while until like you reached near the end of the game. So they made the badges and the flower points way more important in this game, and I'm kind of glad for that because it makes them more useful to use. Um, but yeah.
It's pretty funny because there's a badge in the game that changes the music back to the GameCube music. It's like what, 2 coins or something, and I just find that
0. 1 coin, 1 coin, 1 coin.
it's worth 1 coin. I just find that so funny because in Sticker Star, Kirsty is only worth 15 coins if you hack the game.
Kirsty is more valuable than the GameCube sound effects.
Oh, but not by that much though.
By 14 more coins. Kirsty is more valuable in the Mario universe than having GameCube sound effects. I guess everybody there likes the N64. This video is kind of going off rails. I wanted to go back to Vivian and just say that, God, Vivian is so cute. I love how she hides her eyes. That's like my favorite thing about her.
Yeah, she's just so cute. Like I love the witch hat.
Yeah. I like how she's a little chubby too. That's cute.
Yeah. Have there been any other characters in the game you liked so far?
Goombella is a real like. Goombella is really funny. I like her. Her tattle ability is actually really useful, and I want to try to complete the tattle log before the game ends. But with Chapter 3 being the way it is, I don't know if I can because there's a lot of enemies that I just can't get the tattle log on. Yeah, they have to have a specific party partner out to beat certain enemies. So it's just like, yeah, I want to try to finish the tattle log. Koops is really interesting. I expected him to be a lot like Cooper from the original game. But Koops has his own unique personality. He's kind of similar, but kind of different. The Yoshi, which I got, has been like one of my favorite characters to use right now because I like the swallow ability, being able to throw enemies back at each other. Madame Flurry I like because she can blow the enemies away. Her body slam ability is kind of useful, but Madame Flurry I think is the one that I would put like bottom tier so far because I'm not really finding a lot of uses for her in battle now that I got the Yoshi and the other party members I use a lot more.
Yeah, I don't know if they changed her in this game, but I remember not really liking her in the GameCube version because, like, controversial opinion, I will say my big gripe with Thousand Year Door is I feel like the combat is a little slow. And I think Lady Flurry has the most obnoxiously slow attacks in the game.
Yeah, the combat can be slow. I know people always say that you gotta master the stylish commands and all that sort of stuff. But let me tell you, I haven't been able to do a single stylish command despite knowing how they're done. It is difficult to do.
That's a skill issue.
It doesn't make... Yes, that's what we would call a skill issue, but it's difficult to do, and the combat is pretty slow, and, you know, I guess that's a gripe I have with the game, is that the combat is actually pretty slow when you compare it to the original game, and even the newer games where it feels like the combat was more fast-paced. It's kind of a drawback, but it's not a major drawback because it is still satisfying to defeat the enemies.
Yeah. I feel like the first Paper Mario, like in terms of like the turn-based games, I feel like the first Paper Mario still has the best combat. Origami King is weird. Like once you get into the groove of it and you recognize the patterns, the combat is a lot more fun. It just takes a while to get used to, and not everybody gets sliding puzzles. But yeah.
Yeah, it's that early game. it's that early game slog where you don't really get it early on, but if you just keep trying, you'll get it. Origami King is like if I don't play it for a while, I'll kind of forget what to do and have to like think about it. And I haven't played Origami King in a long time. I need to finish that someday.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I heard it's the best one out of the new trilogy of Paper Mario games. In my opinion, it is actually really good. It has the best art style next to Color Splash. And you know what? I am not going to be like those people on Twitter that complain about the white outlines in Color Splash and Origami King because it really doesn't matter, honestly.
I never got that complaint. Like, who cares? It's an outline. They're paper.
They're literally yes, and I hate the people who are like, "Oh, it's an aesthetic." Yeah, it's an aesthetic. Sure. That's why Mario can turn into a paper airplane. That's why he can go flat like paper. That's why when you unveil secrets, it shreds or peels apart like paper. Yeah, it's an aesthetic. Sure. Keep telling yourself that.
It's so weird because you would see people complain all the time about the paper puns in the new trilogy. And for the most part, sure, I get it. If it becomes too much of the focus where it's literally taking away what made the original so special, yeah, I get it. But don't try to act like it was never there. Thousand Year Door, most of the charming parts of that game comes from when the environment folds itself, when it gets torn apart, when Mario turns into a boat.
And like in the first game, they literally have a joke where Cooper and Mario or whoever, whatever party member you have out. I'm pretty sure it's always going to be Cooper though. They fall into a cage and they literally fall down like pieces of paper.
I love that part so much.
I know, it's so funny.
Like, really, the only game that didn't play with the paper theme at all that much was Super Paper Mario. And that was fine because, like, the art style still worked pretty well. And I liked how when there was a 2D world, it was like a painting, but then you go into 3D and it's more like papercraft or whatever. But that game didn't really play a whole lot with the actual paper theme itself.
Mm-hmm. I would say it played more like a storybook aesthetic because of how things would like get drawn when you like go to new areas and all that sort of stuff. I would say it's more like a storybook aesthetic rather than a paper one.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Um,
Can we get a Super Mario remake next?
yes, please. That's the best one. um, I don't know if this is a new feature in Thousand Year Door, but I found that I don't remember if it's the ZL or it's one of the back buttons on the left side. If you hold it down, you can get a partner ring to make switching between partners way easier than going through the menu and clicking the partner there.
I love that so much. This is new for the remake, and it may not seem like that much when you only have a couple partners, but this is going to be a lifesaver later in the game when you get like a bazillion partners. I wish so much that Super Mario had this with the pixels.
Oh yeah. Well, Super Paper Mario was limited by what the Wiimote could do, so it's kind of understandable.
Yeah, but if they ever remake that one, I want a pixel ring.
That's gonna be a giant ring by the end of the game because there were definitely a lot more pixels than there were party members.
I don't care. I want a pixel ring.
But yeah, I love the partner ring so much because before I knew it was there, I found out it was there as soon as I got Madame Flurry. Before I knew it was there, I was opening the menu and just quickly scrolling to the next partner I needed, and that was like I was like, if I have to do this throughout the entire game, it's gonna get so annoying because there's puzzles. There's gonna be puzzles later in the game because this is what Paper Mario had, where you have to use multiple party members at once to get a star piece. And this is gonna make that so much easier when we get to that point.
Yeah.
It's a welcome change. And another welcome change is that you can actually get Goombella's hints at any point in time by pressing another button. I don't know if this was in the original, but it's in the remake. By pressing a button, you can get Goombella's hints even when she's not on the field, and that is great.
Wait, what? You can do that?
Yeah, you can press a button, and even if Goombella is not on the field, she will give you a hint on what you need to do next.
Oh! I didn't know that! That's so cool!
After we're done recording this, I'll tell you which button it is, because I kind of forgot which button it is, but I use it frequently if I forget what I'm doing to try to get a hint on what to do next. It is a welcome change.
I love how Goombella also has, like, titles for the NPCs if you stand near them.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if those still work I think she has to be out on the field for those. I haven't actually tried it out for NPCs. I will try it out, though. After we're done recording this. But yeah, getting hints from Goombella even when she's not out on the field is so great because you don't want Goombella out on the field all the time. You really, just want to have whatever party member you need out. So this is just so great, and it's so helpful if you forget what you're doing.
But Goombella's best girl. I always want her out on the field.
I like that Goombella calls Vivian cute. That is so sweet.
Total headcanon, Goombella is definitely bi.
Oh yeah, but for sure. We haven't really talked about the chapters yet. Like at all.
Like, I don't want to go into too many specifics because, like, spoilers and stuff, but what I really like about what I really like about Thousand Year Door is that, like, the chapters, like, Super Mario also does this too, where the chapters start off in one direction, and then, like, within the chapter itself, it kind of, like, gradually escalates, and it feels like its own little mini adventure. This is this is what I didn't like about the new trilogy, was that they didn't really have levels that really felt like they were connected that much. Maybe a little bit of Color Splash, but like the worlds themselves, they just felt a lot more divided. Whereas chapters in this game, it feels like it all still fits together in the same world. Like you'll get characters referencing other locations and things like that a lot more often.
Mm-hmm.
That probably made no sense.
I will say so. No, it made sense. I will say the best looking chapter so far is chapter 2 because the Boggly Woods, it like has this really cool shiny like aesthetic on the ground and like all the flowers and all that sort of stuff. It looks so cool and I love it so much. That's the chapter that I think looks the best so far in this version of the game. I'm talking like I played the original, but I haven't. But it looks really good. I love it. I love how shiny everything looks, and it's just beautiful, honestly.
I'm obsessed with the reflective textures.
Yeah, you're gonna love chapter 2 then.
Have you done this where if you try to get a partner stuck behind a fence, they'll jump over it?
Oh yeah, I've tried it, but now the partners can actually just disappear and reappear behind you.
Aww. I like it when they jump.
Yeah. Excuse me. And then we get the chapter 3.
And that's where I stopped last time. Hopefully I don't give up again.
Just tough through it. Do what I'm doing and just tough through it. Chapter 3, I don't understand why people like this chapter. Is it just because of the Hulk Hogan reference? Is that the only reason people like this chapter? I don't get it. I get that you get the Yoshi egg and like the Yoshi coming in all different colors and all that sort of stuff. It's cool. You get a cool party member. But chapter 3 is just like a nothing chapter. Like nothing really happens. It's just like it's such a slog to go through. I have a problem with for chapters in Paper Mario games in general, just feeling like out of place and just feeling slow. Chapter 3 in the original Paper Mario, I felt like was just like nothing. Like didn't really feel that great to me at all. Chapter 3 in Super Paper Mario, I have a lot of issues with. World Free in Paper Mario Sticker Star is abysmal, and I haven't gotten that far in Color Splash or Origami King, so I can't really say anything about the third worlds in those games.
I don't think Color Splash
And
really. I don't think Color
Yeah.
Splash really had anything that could define chapters. They just that world map is super weird. The fun thing is that Origami King, Chapter 2 is the one that's the worst. And I'd go as far as to say
Oh my god.
probably one of the worst parts in the entire Paper Mario series as a whole. But Chapter 3 is freaking awesome. Like, it goes to a series low and then skyrockets to a series high. Chapter 3 in that game is so cool.
So I guess I should look forward to it when I get there. But Chapter 3 in Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door, is following that trend with me, where third chapters in Paper Mario games are just not my favorite to play through. It's a gauntlet of enemies with win restrictions. That's not fun at all.
Yeah.
Why restrict? Why restrict my wins? It doesn't make sense.
It's silly. That's the big thing I was hoping they would change in the remake, and it honestly really bums me out that they did. It doesn't seem like they really did much to fix it.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, you gotta do this, but don't use any special moves, and like we'll give you enemies with really high HP, and so the battle will go on for 10 minutes. Do this, but you have to appeal to the audience 5 times. Do this, but you have to take damage 5 times. Do this, but you can't use your hammer. We'll throw in a spiked enemy. Don't worry about that. You can use your Yoshi for it. Do this, but don't use your partner. Don't even think about using your partner. Why the fuck would you use your partner in a game where the partners are the most important aspect of the game?
Man, having a game where you have to have like very specific win conditions to beat the enemies, what would ever do that? Sticker Star.
Hey, I have no rebuttal, and I enjoy Sticker Star.
You made me.
Well, it's more annoying when you're playing a game. It's more annoying when you're playing a game that doesn't have restrictions. To just suddenly have restrictions put onto you. And then the mystery. I know that the whole chapter is focused on the mystery of the Glitzville, right? The Glitz pits and all that sort of stuff. But it's kind of an obvious mystery, honestly. You don't even have to think about it too hard. So it's not even that engaging.
Yeah, like I'm sure as a little kid it would have been a lot more interesting, but also, did you get the physical or the digital game?
I wanted to get it physical really badly, but when I went to the store, right, it was my payday and all that sort of stuff, and they told me that they wouldn't have a new shipment of games in until Wednesday because they had just sold out of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. And so I was like, I can't wait till Wednesday. I'm not gonna have any money. And so I bought a bunch of eShop cards. I archived FNAF Security Breach because I'm not playing that, and I downloaded it. So yeah.
Nowadays, I've been getting a lot more digital lately. Not because I don't want physical, it's just I have to go out of my way to get to a game store nowadays, and it's not fun. But, like, I went through the effort to get the physical version, and I'm so happy. This box art is beautiful, and my favorite thing about it is that, like, I'll send you a picture to show in the video, but my favorite thing about it is when you open it up, the inside is the Thousand Year Door map, and behind the cartridge is that cute little mouse thief lady. I love that she's
Miss
hiding.
Mouse.
I love that she's hiding behind the cartridge. It's like the Doki Doki Literature Club box where Monica's hiding behind the cartridge. It is such a good detail.
Oh, I have that with me. I'll take a picture for comparison, actually, and show that in the video, too. I want to get it physically someday, just so that I can say that I have it in my collection. I'm glad that I got the game when I did, though, because I did not want to wait another 2 weeks to play this game, because I was just like dying to play it so much. Like if my Twitter account is anything to go by, I was like literally making tweets where I was like, I really wish I was playing the Thousand Year Door right now. And I'm playing the Thousand Year Door right now.
Thousand Year Door, oh yeah.
What are some issues that you have with the remake? I want to get into that topic.
It's not Super Paper Mario.
Right now, my only issue with the game is the controls for the paper airplane suck, like, really badly.
Yeah, they weren't great on GameCube either, and that's another thing that bummed me out that they didn't really fix that much.
Especially since you need to use the paper airplane to get the Yoshi egg, and that fucker took me 15 minutes to get him.
Yeah. So far with the actual game itself, I haven't had a whole lot of issues. I do feel it's a bit easy, but I'm okay with that because I don't want to spend the next 10 years on an RPG.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I would say my big issue, and this is very silly, I feel like it came out a little bit too close to the Super Mario RPG remake because I just finished that recently, and as great as both games are, I kind of feel like playing two Mario RPGs back to back so close together feels a little weird.
I think that was part of their goal. I think they want to try and reinvigorate the Mario RPGs because, well, when you think about it, the last Mario RPG we got before Thousand Year Door and before Paper Mario and before Super Mario RPG. If you count Origami King as an RPG, most people count that as an action game. I don't know why. But if you don't count Origami King and you ignore Mario plus Rabbids, then the last Mario RPG we got before these remakes was Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Minions. And that game sold horribly. So I really think Nintendo did this on purpose to try to reinvigorate interest in Mario RPGs to try to see if there's still a want for these games, you know?
Yeah, it's like, I'm not saying it's like a bad thing, it's just like maybe like a few more months between releases would have been nice, but even then I don't really care that much. I'm still happy that they exist. Like, have you played the Mario RPG remake?
I've gotten as far as this one cave where it's a cave where you smash your head. It's a part of the game. You're in a cave. You smash your head. Some guy laughs at you, and then you gotta find him. And I can't figure out that puzzle at all. So I kind of stopped playing. It's early in the game, so I've gotten pretty early.
Yeah, like I won't go into too much detail on my thoughts because it's a Thousand Year Door video. But I gotta say, Mario RPG remake is probably within my top 3 favorite Mario RPGs of all time. Like,
I love the cutscenes that they have in the Super Mario RPG because they add a lot to the game. They look so great. I love the art style so much.
yeah, and that game is just so gorgeous. Like, this and Thousand Year Door, they're probably some of my favorite looking Switch games out there. And yeah, it's honestly getting me excited about like what they could do on the next system because like the Switch, it's a powerful system. It's not as powerful as it could be, but if the rumors are true about the Switch 6 take two, the Switch 6. Why can't I say that? Switch successor. That's what I'm trying to say. If the rumors are that are true, then the next generation Mario RPGs are gonna look awesome.
Hopefully we get more Mario RPG remakes because I really want a remake of the original Paper Mario and a remake of Super Paper Mario. The major thing I wanted was a remake of both the original Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door. I'm glad we got Thousand Year Door just so that I could experience that game. I would have loved a remake of the original Paper Mario, but we can deal without it. It's on N64 online, and you can play it on Delta on the iPad, so it doesn't matter.
Wow, Pancake encouraging emulation.
I know, it's unheard of. It's not like I've encouraged it before and actually support it.
I'd find it. Can you imagine what the reaction will be if the next Mario RPG announced is a Sticker Star remake?
No, I'll do a reaction video to that. I'll do like a parody reaction video and be like all hyped about it. Just for the lulz. Just to piss people off.
I'll tell you what, if that gets announced, I will do like a parody of Choco's announcement reaction and be all like, "What?
Yes.
Sticker Star! Paper Mario's our shit again! Yes!" Back to Thousand Year Door. This game's awesome and I love it.
We're spending this entire video talking about basically everything Paper Mario related. It's still a Thousand Year Door video, guys. Don't click off it, please.
The title of this video should just be, "We swear this is a Thousand Year Door video."
Let's talk about Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, kinda.
Can I tell a funny story about Paper Mario in terms of channel stuff?
Yeah, sure.
So, like, I'm gonna be vague. You already know what game this is, but I'm gonna be vague for viewers. After wrapping up the Super Paper Mario Let's Play, I made the decision on the next Mario RPG I wanted to do because I wanted... Okay, it's an unpopular game, and I want to show why I like it, even if I don't think it's the best one. And my other thought at the time was, maybe if I could probably also do Thousand Year Door. I haven't finished it yet, but I could probably finish it over the weekend and start writing notes now. I am happy I didn't do that, because if I did, that Let's Play probably would have started already before the announcement, and I would have been so furious if that was the case. Because it already happened with Tomb Raider and Pikmin, and almost happened with Batman. So having 4 projects so close together, that would have just been a curse at that point.
I have another question. If you were to Let's Play Thousand Year Door, would you use the original or the remake?
I'd go with the remake because I think it looks better visually. I'd have GameCube stuff in there, just show off a couple differences, but the Switch would be the priority.
Definitely. I feel like the Switch version, it just looks nicer and it has the quality of life improvements that you want from a remake. So if I were to ever Let's Play the game, it would be the HD version on Switch. If I can find a cheap copy of the original, I would get it, but I don't think I would do a Let's Play of it.
I just realized something.
Yeah.
I didn't think about this until recently. One thing I didn't really care that much for about Thousand Year Door on GameCube was, this is a very unpopular opinion, I felt it was a bit too smooth. I felt the animations were a bit too smooth for what's supposed to be like a paper art style. And it's not that different in the Switch version, but I think with it being 30 FPS instead, actually kind of fixed this problem for me. It's not bugging me as much as this version.
I honestly really love how they took the art style of the original game and made it for Switch. It does look slightly different, actually, and I really love it.
It's so gorgeous. Those reflective textures.
Yeah. Love it so much. It's so good.
Also, going back to the box art, I just absolutely love that it's like highlighting all the partners and just really showing this is a game about characters.
Hmm. Though I'm looking at the box art right now, I don't see Admiral Bobbery anywhere.
Huh. Well, it has Vivian and Gambetta, so that's all that matters. Also, I gotta be blunt about this. I apologize. Why does Madame Fleury have such noticeable boobs?
Because she's supposed to be the sex symbol, but we all know who the real sex symbol is. That's right, Luigi.
Luigi. It's a me, Luigi number sexy.
Luigi and his jiggle physics nose.
When I said that,
This
that made me,
video is so random.
when I said that, that made me think of James. When you, I remember the context of this, but when he was all like, "Why Luigi number cart?"
um, I think that's really all that we really had to say about the game so far. This is just our first impressions of it. We haven't gotten that far in it. Would you like to do a follow-up video when we actually finish the game?
I was just thinking that once we finish it, we could definitely do that. I do have one more question before we wrap up this up.
Sure.
So, okay, well, actually, two things. The first thing, you know,
Okay.
you know Tanabe, that guy that Paper Mario fan base hates.
Yeah, but I kind of think it's kind of unfair because he is just kind of the guy that has to say stuff. I don't really think a lot of his opinions are actually his, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't think a lot of what made Paper Mario go the direction is all entirely his fault. I will say, has he said anything about Thousand Year Doors development? Because like
I
he
don't.
he wouldn't stop talking about like Origami King's development when that was coming out. Has he said anything about Thousand Year Doors remake?
I don't know, and this is just something I heard on Twitter, so it could be a rumor. I can't if I can't find the original tweet, I won't show it. But somebody on Twitter said that as far as they know, Tanabe, or however you say his name, had little to no involvement in this remake, and that it was the director of the original that had the most involvement.
Oh,
So that could just be a rumor that somebody spread around. But considering that I don't think he said anything about the game at all, it could be true. I don't really know, honestly. If it is true, then okay. If it isn't, then sorry for spreading a false rumor. But we really don't know about his involvement right now, so it's kind of hard to say.
the the mean part of me was kind of looking forward to like some kind of statement saying that we were making this because people weren't happy about the previous games. They're never gonna outright admit it, but I was kind of hoping they would say something like that. Um, but if you
So what's so funny is that before this remake came out, people all over Twitter were like posting screenshots of like surveys they were getting from Nintendo, right? I never got one of these surveys, so I don't know if any of these are real, but they were like Mario RPG surveys. And like one of the questions was, what do you like most? And one of the answers was about sticker stars, consumable stickers, and I thought that was fucking hilarious.
and
If I can find screen grabs, I'll share them. If I can't, then I won't. So yeah.
if Tanabe wasn't involved in the remake, that actually make a lot of sense because he's also involved in Metroid Prime 4. So the development of that restarted in 2019, a year before Origami King finished. So that makes a lot of sense development timeline wise. If he wrapped up Origami King and then moved on to Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah. What was your other question?
With the Thousand Year Door remake being a thing now, where do you see Paper Mario going from here? Or at least Mario RPGs in general?
Um, Honestly, I think it all depends on how Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door sells. I cannot. I can barely talk. My mouth is dry right now, and I've been drinking water all day. I think it really all depends on how Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door sells. Honestly, it's because it's just like I think it's selling good. I mean, I think it's a good sign when you go to the store and it's not even there because it's sold out. So I think it's doing good. A lot of people are talking about it compared to when Origami King came out and people only really talked about it for a little bit, then stopped. Um, if Thousand Year Door gets to like the top 20, I can see maybe another remake of another Mario RPG. Maybe they'll try to remake a Mario and Luigi game to test the waters. Because even though Alpha Dream isn't a thing anymore, I know that when they closed down, I think Nintendo bought their assets, I think. So Nintendo does have the rights to Mario and Luigi as a series. So they could hand it off to another developer and ask them for like a Partners in Time remake. Um, so maybe Mario RPGs will go through a renaissance where they become more traditional. Maybe we'll get a new Paper Mario game that's like Thousand Year Door, even though I would really love to see a combination between Origami King and Thousand Year Door as the next game. And maybe we'll see a remake of Super Paper Mario if this game sells well on the next Nintendo console. Um, I think if this game sells really well and it's been really well received, we'll see a new renaissance in Mario RPGs. We'll probably get more remakes, and I'm more than welcome to that idea. You know?
Yeah, like my big wish is that if they do continue with remakes, I would love to see Super Mario get one next. If that does happen, I would gladly let's play the game a third time. But yeah, like for the next original Paper Mario, what I'm hoping for is something along the lines of the story of like something into the scale of Super Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door, but with the charm of Origami King. Because say what we will about Origami King, that game is bursting with charm. I love the character interactions in that game. They don't have names, which pisses me off, but
Oh, what?
like
There's Bobby.
that Bobby is funny because he's literally a character made out of loopholes. Because every time Olivia calls him Bobby, he comes back on screen to say his name is Bob. I like to think that that's the writer's way of like sticking it to the man upstairs, trying to tell them to get named characters. Like, no, 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 his name's not actually Bobby. His name's Bob. Wink, wink. Uh,
But go on. Sorry.
well, that's pretty much it. Oh, wait.
I will
Actually,
say,
I kind of
yeah.
hope with Mario RPG remake being a thing, I'd love to see a sequel in that style. We never got one like that, but that'd be cool.
Hmm. I will say one more thing. A long time ago, and this was like scary, like months before Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door remake was announced. I think I told you about this. I had a dream where I dreamt that a new Mario RPG, a new Paper Mario RPG was announced, and it was like traditional, and it was about like aliens invading the Mushroom Kingdom, and there was like a Woodle from Super Mario Galaxy 2 as a party member, and it had like a cracked head and all that sort of stuff. And I remember that so clearly, and I was really hoping that something like that was actually real, because that would be just so shocking and scary. But a Thousand Year Door remake got announced, and that shocked me to my core because I was like, "Oh my fucking god, psychic!"
Yeah. Speaking of Paper Mario dreams, like I'll send you screenshots of this. But do you remember Chuck Connor's tweet about a Thousand Year Door about a Paper Mario dream?
Oh no, I don't.
So let me read it off real quick because this is too good. This guy,
Okay.
this was in June 2021. I dreamed that at E3 they came on and apologized for ruining Paper Mario. They played a trailer that established partners, badges, and returned to the old battle system within seconds. It had new features similar to Mario and Luigi where you could attack alongside your partners. The title came up at the end and it said Paper Mario 3. They said it was early development, so to hold us over, they were remastering Thousand Year Door for the Switch. I actually think we have a better chance of getting this than Mother 3.
Well, technically, we got both Mother Free, Japan only, and Thousand Year Door.
Why was he right? Why do we still not have Mother 3?
It's okay. Reproduction cards in Delta are a thing.
I'm playing on Delta and I have the fan translation on the Game Boy, but I want to play it on Switch.
I'm gonna add this tweet to the video, right? And each word, I'm gonna like do a thing where it like closes up on each word as you read it, or try to. And then I'm gonna like show screenshots of Mother Free's Japanese announcement on Switch, and then Fasten Your Doors announcement on Switch.
Maybe on the Switch successor.
My only question is, why would you call it Paper Mario Free? At this point, I would consider Paper Mario Free to be Super Paper Mario.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't really like the idea of numbering the games now that they have subtitles. That's just my opinion, though.
Numbering the games would be super weird.
Yeah, because like Paper Mario is 1, and then Thousand Year Door's 2. Super Paper Mario is 3. But then, do you consider Sticker Star to be 4? Because if you do, then Color Splash is 5, and then Origami King is 6. But if you don't consider Sticker Star to be 4, then it's its own thing, which would mean that Color Splash and Origami King are 2 and 3 in that trilogy, which makes even less sense because there are some people who like Origami King and consider it to be on par with the originals. So that would be 4, and it just gets confusing when you think about it like that.
Yeah.
This video had a lot of twists and turns. How long has it been going on for?
Don't get mad at me. I forgot to turn on the capture. I'm kidding. We've been going on for almost an hour.
Okay, I mean, this is a good spot to end it off on. So, thank you all so much for watching this video on Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe and share this video with your friends on Twitter, Discord, and Blue Sky. I've been Pancake Armman. He's been
Later gear to you.
And later gear to you, where can they find you?
In my house. I'm on youtube.com/latergear2. I'm also on Twitter and crap like that. I'm currently let's playing Star Wars The Force Unleashed. That's pretty fun. Pikmin 2 is starting up again soon. The next episode's gonna be fun. Wink, wink, wink. And beyond that, we have other things going on, probably at some point. And depending on if this video's coming out anytime soon, you might see me at Too Many Games. Yay!
Ooh, that's nice. So, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I've been Pancake Armman. Let's get out of here.